Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Boy, I got a good one for you today. You're going to really love this. This is like, oh no, this really happened? Are you kidding? No way. This happened? Anyway, we're going to talk about this today. Okay. This happened. This really happened. I said, no way this happened. There is a guy who found a Filipina, long distance relationship, ran a cinema on her because you got to get the correct names. Comes back that she's not married. He comes all the way here to the Philippines, meets her, everything is fine. They wait 6 or 7 months to get married. They go through the classes, they go through the programs, they go plant a tree, they go meet the landscaping department, they go meet all the counselings, they meet sex education, all the things you have to go through, even though you're 70 years old and you still have to go through it. Yes, they have classes on that before you get married here. Marriage is a very important thing. So he is getting ready to marry her, and this happened to him. So as he's going in, and they're filling out the paperwork at this one place, they filled it out. They already went through one situation where you actually file the paperwork and got it from the city and county and all that stuff, city and province. All right. Then they're going to the second one, and the lady says, "Let me see your identification. You have a passport?" "No, ma'am. I have a card, ID card." So she's fumbling around on this ID card, and this particular card that she gave her, the national ID, here, gives her the card, and it was a different name on the sheet. So she confronts her, says, "Hey, this different name. Is this your card? Is this somebody else's card?" "No, that's." She looks at it and she reads it. But the girl did not realize that's who she actually is, was this card. And she did not realize it. She says, "Well, ma'am, this is a different name on the form that you have over here on this form. I just need to see the ID, so that's actually you." And the guy's looking at her. He's an American. He's looking at her. He's telling me, Tom, I'm looking at her like a deer in headlights. Well, what are you talking about? The other page, whoa. Oh, she goes, wait. That's my sister's. That's my sister's. Here is mine. Pulls out another national ID card. Okay? So she says, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is the right one. You need to give that back to your sister because your sister's going to need that card. You can't just not take this card and just use it." Well, so the girl says, "Yeah, I agree with you." So the guy goes, "Oh, okay, it's a sister thing. No worries." So it goes to it goes to the next one and does it. And they do this and they go plant a tree and go do all the things they need to do. And so it's a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by. And as he's thinking, they had that seed in his mind because one of the kids come over and said, "Mama." Well, he said, "Mama, what's that mean? Is that your child?" No. They call me Mama. Everybody calls me Mama." "Oh, okay. Red flag. So, red flag. So he runs back over to the sister's house, which is across the street, whatever, close. They're all close, okay? They're like here, like 5 of them, all right? They're here. Mom and daddy there, or whatever. I told the guy, I said, "Get away. Don't do that." So he goes and he didn't think anything more about it. He says, "Okay, that's fine." So as they're going they had to go meet the mayor, and they had to set they had a program where all the mayors going to marry all the people one day. You don't have to go do the wedding. He said, "I'd rather do that. I don't want to spend no $1,000. I'd rather take $1,000, put it on land." She says, "I agree with you." So he took $1,000, put it on land, and then they bought a piece of property. 1,000 meaning put down on it, plus another 1,000 or 2,000 on this piece of property. Ended up spending more than I would spend in U.S. buying a piece of property here. Okay, I told him you spent way too much for that piece of land. It's a small lot. So he gets and goes on. So everything is fine. So the day of the marriage, they get married. Everything's fine. They go through the thing, this, that, and other. Well, as he's getting ready, they're getting ready to kind of move things around, and they're kind of getting things ready because they're living in kind of like an apartment. And he says, we need to move out there. We're going to just build this little nipa house with a nice bathroom, and we'll just live in that until the house is finished. So that's fine. That way we save money on rent here. He's paying like $250 a month. He said we save money. So as they're packing up the stuff, a passport falls out of his thing. He didn't think anything about it. He just picks it up, and he said, this is an old passport. So he's fumbling through it, right? And he's doing this, that, and there. He's fumbling through it, and he realizes, wait just a minute. That's my wife. What is this name in this passport? Now remember, she never brought out passport before. He never thought anything about it. She was an OFW at one time. So he's looking at it and he goes, wait, this is a picture of my wife. This is her name. Its middle name's different and the last name's completely different. Wait just a minute. Oh. So he says, what's this? So he gives her that. Realizes that, that's his old passport. Whose is that? That's my sister's. Well, no, it's not. It's got your picture in it then. Why is your picture of your sister's in her passport? Oh, really? I don't know. So she blasts off. So he puts it in his back pocket. What's bugging him? So he confronts her that night. It's okay. Here's the passport. Here's your name. Here's your picture. What's the deal? Well, that's not me. That is you. That's your picture. You have a small little wart here, and there's one little bitty thing here on your nose. That's you. The same thing. It's just a younger picture of her. So, come to find out, it was her. She ran a cinema on her sister, was not married, used her sister's stuff, and come to find out, this lady lied about the whole thing, and she was married to a Filipino, and she had 3 kids, and she was funneling money from his account to her, so he would give her extra money, $5,000 or whatever, every once in a while. She would give it to the sister, which was taking care of the kids, her own kids. Not her sister's kids, her kids. He went off the deep end. So we're not married. No, yes we are. We're married. No, we're not married. You're married before, but you lied on all the information. I'm turning you into the police department. She says, you do that, I'm deporting you. How are you going to deport me? We don't have no 13A. I'm on a tourist visa. She said, I will deport you. Getting this big thing. So what does he do? What is his best option? Just cut and run, right? That's the first thinking, right? It's really not. He better get his P's and Q's together because she can come back to haunt him later on. So what he did, he went down to barangay captain, talked to barangay captain, which then filed a case with the police department. Fraudulent intent to defraud the government or defraud that marriage, fake marriage. So they fill out the forms. They arrested her. He said, I don't want her arrested. She's got kids. They're not my kids, but she's got kids. Well, it's okay. She's going to have to pay fees. He said, I tell you what. I just want out of this relationship. Have her sign a piece of paper that I want this. I want my money back on the lots that I paid on the house. Well, she ain't got no money. Her family ain't got no money. Ain't nobody have any money. If everybody could scrape up all the nickels and pennies and peso they could find, they might scrounge up, a few $100 if they're lucky. I mean, they're making these poor people are working their butts off in the field all day for $1.50. So they find themselves in a bad situation. She does. So that relationship's over. Been on a long distance relationship for a year and a half, 2 years. Comes here a couple of times back and forth, ends up talking to her, and 6, 7, 8 months down into this relationship, so 3 years relationship, is gone to the wind. What does he do? He is so angry and so mad, he gets up and says, I'm going back to the United States of America. He went back to the United States. He's back in Kansas. Actually, he's from Denver, Colorado. He went back to Denver. I'll live here by myself. I'll live alone. I'll do whatever I need to do. I guess I'm not meant to be. I told him he should have stayed, give him 6 more months here, get his feelings all squared away, or another year here, 2 years, get the feeling better and not worry about that. But he felt like that it was just better for him. Get out of Dodge, get out of here, because it's a bad relationship. To him, everybody was going to done him. And he said, I put everything in that relationship. Not only did I sustain her, I gave her money during the last 3 years every month of 10,000 peso. I was giving her $200 a month every month from the time I met her. And I was feeding her family, my family, and her, and keep all them up. $200 for 2.5 years until he got here. So, or 2 years and change. So whatever that would be, 10,120, so 240,000, so $5,000 gone. Plus. Just because you send them 10 don't mean say, hey, by this month I need another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 because this happened. But raising 3 kids, so she had 3 kids no, I take this back. She had 3 kids, all by 3 different men. His sister told him. So she had 3 kids by 3 different men. 3 kids. So she found herself in a situation that was really bad. So what do you do, right? I hear Omer out there. I was amazed. I never would have thought that would happen. I've heard everything. But I never heard somebody faking a marriage so they could get married. And she got a clearance. I don't know how she got the NBI. Maybe just had her sister do it. I really don't know how they did that. I really don't know how they did anything and everything. But whoever they were, figured it out and they did that. So what do you do? As a human being, as a man, he felt neglected and overused and worked. And in his mind, it was just another Western way of someone taking advantage of him. And he realized it's best for him just to head back to the States and go back to Denver and live a lifestyle, whatever that is. Go back wherever. I don't even know if he had a house there. He said, basically, I went back to Denver. He told me this story. I could not believe it. I've heard a lot of things here in the Philippines, but I've never heard anything like that. I mean, I've never heard anything like that. I've heard people doing this and that and cheating and everything and lying about the children. And that's what they do here. They will tell you have a child and they have 3 or 5 or 7 or 10 or whatever. And that happens. But I felt for the guy. He told me I could do a video about it, but not mention his name or even his surname or any name at all. But I had to tell this story today. I already did another video for the day, but I just had to tell this story of this poor gentleman. So don't get married in a hurry. Make sure you have make sure she has a passport. Make sure you run an NBI. And make sure you check the Cinemar. Make sure you talk to the sisters and the brothers and the cousins and the aunts and uncles. Does she have any other children? Is she married to another guy? Has she cheated on me in the last 2 years, 3 years? Is she going to cheat on me? Strange. God bless everybody. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next time on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures.